Well, hey there, folks. SeKo Starcraft bringing you a Terran versus Terran, one of my ladder games in the Platinum League. I try to squeeze in one or two of those once in a while. We've got me, Omniscient, Red Terran top right, versus Shock Knight, Blue Terran bottom left. And you guys might be upset by the fact that I don't play as much Zerg, or you might not give a shit. Both are completely reasonable ways to feel. But every time I play Zerg, I run into a Zerg versus Zerg, and then I cry. Go find my bathroom and grab a towel and just weep. Just bothers me so much. Anyways, this game's a little bit longer, so I'm going to speed it up slightly at the beginning, because I'm pretty sure these builds are going to be fairly mirrored at the start. I am getting gas earlier than he is. I am scouting earlier than he is. Essentially because Terran versus Terran can mean many things, not least of which is potentially some sort of cheese. So I see the gas, I see the barracks at home. And now I'm just going to pick on SCVs a little bit, see if I can't cost him a little bit of time here and there. He is going to wall me in. He does just finish off his barracks in time. He does stand and fight. It's got 5 hit points left, 1 hit. I'm going to go for it. Nope, I'm not. I'll try and pull off a few things and just micro around. Back at home, Orbital is up. Barracks is finished. Reaper is on its way. Factory is down. He has not started his orbital yet, building more SCVs. He is getting the gas. Is he going for an expansion? He must be going for... There's the expansion. I am going Reaper, 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 Reaper. And of course my economy is in shambles because of that. Units-wise, well, I'm not that far behind in workers. But... he obviously throwing down that command center is in a position to be much better off than I am. So there goes my Reaper. Down goes the factory. It's almost finished. So my tech is obviously quite a ways ahead of him. Reaper, Reaper, Reaper. Command center about halfway done. He's got 2 Marines finished. And what has he got coming down now? His own factory. Try to keep ahead on the supply. There's Senior Reaper. I do see the command center. I'm going to target down the SCV, cost him a little bit of time. It's always nice. Gets a couple shots off. It's alright. I'll just go hide behind here. See if I can focus down another one. Try to cost a bit of mining. Almost got that SCV. Probably one more shot would have taken him out. This guy's been actually really, really good at blocks, and I've been really terrible at micro. So I did cost him a little bit of his coordination here. And I did delay his command center significantly because he hasn't even moved an SCV down yet. There it goes. At this time, I do have widowmines on the way. I have idle workers because I'm a champion. I think I was pretty close to supply blocked. No, I was alright. I just need enough gas to be able to get out my starship there. So this command center will be done pretty fast. Still only has a couple of Marines. Second gas going down for him and into factory. I delay my second gas quite extensively because of how much I have to cut in order to get this build to work. You're not supposed to be a part of that. Yeah, you run away now. There it comes, waiting for my last widowmine to finish. And I'm going to have a couple Marines in there as well, just to be pesky. Can throw down my command center now finally, because this is not an all-in, and because it's not an all-in, you gotta be ready to come back at this. So down that goes, and away I sprint. Speed it up slightly. This guy's pretty delayed on his orbitals there. That one's done at least. So if we look at his production, he's going into mass factory and barracks. Armory. Tanks in good positions. We can move these a bit closer. Down they go. See how many kills we get? Not that many, just a handful. Couple Marines down here just to shoo stuff away. So economically, I'm actually doing huge damage because he's making no money right now. Blammo. Production, see, harvester-wise, I'm actually pretty much even. Oh man, widowmine, please. Widowmine, please. Ah, really? That's all you got, widowmines? That could have been so much better. That's alright. It was enough to give me a lead. His production stopped because he was worried about microing too much. I'm going to be going Marine tank with this composition. My command center's finished. Another gas. And more supply depots. So I actually feel in a pretty good position. I didn't do as much damage as I had wanted to. But as you can see, I've disrupted things quite a bit. And this Widowmine is still back here, not dealt with. And he knows it's here. He just can't afford to drop a scan just yet. Man, those Widowmines. I need to really focus on microing those Widowmines. You can micro them. It just requires that what you can do, it's a trick that I learned fairly recently. If you attack command with them, and you keep attack clicking, it takes about 1.5 seconds for your Widowmine to activate. If you attack click, you can actually stall its shot until the right time. I believe there's some videos out there showing how to do that. He is moving into hellbats. He's got his upgrade started already. He loses one Marine, which is fine. That's what he wanted to do. Scan finally happens. I do know this is happening, so I'm going to lift up, try to get out of range of the scan. Yes. See, those little things help a lot. That was a whole mule that he couldn't use just to try and do that one more time. So he is a bit of a supply lead. He's a bit of a supply block. But all my production facilities are now in a position to kick in. Moving some workers down into my natural. More barracks so I can get into mass marine production. Getting my extra refineries. On this side, that's a pretty handsome little army. That's actually probably enough to maybe go put on a bit of pressure. So I scan. I dropped 2 scans. It seems wasteful, but I really need to know where I'm at. And my Widowmine here, which got killed off. Aw. How many workers did I kill in total? 8? Gonna go for a Marine drop now. Keep the pressure on him. Continuing to produce SCVs, so units-wise, I'm actually still slightly ahead in workers. Barracks all about to finish up. Double NG base and my armory as well. Let's see if I keep up on my upgrades, though. This was a pretty micro-intensive game, for the most part. 1 missile turret down. Not enough to stop my boosted medevac. Let's see how quick his reaction speed is here. Nope, no reaction speed yet. I dropped right behind this missile turret on purpose so that I could kill the missile turrets. He's sieging up a tank. I mean, it's going to get off a couple of shots here. I do notice that. Still have 4 guys left. Take out the refinery. And I'm also going to try and take out this last missile turret. He is going to try to push out to put pressure on my side. But getting in what damage I can. It's actually working out pretty effectively. I was going to try to take on the tank, but as soon as that other guy sieged up, I pulled out. Something else that I should be doing. Yeah, there we go. Siege up your tanks. If you're in your natural, you think he's going to come at you, siege up. Just be ready for it. Looks like I got supply blocked pretty badly again there, or I'm about to be. So I'm just squeaking ahead on the supply count. Not a huge army. It does have +1. He's only got 1 tank in that composition. It's getting pretty pushed around. My Marines are obviously getting pretty beat up from this. Having the medevac in here obviously helps a lot. I focus down the tank the best I can. 2 random Reapers come in. Anyways, deflected that attack really good. He lost a lot of supply. I am putting up... No, he's putting up missile turrets. I am producing 7 Marines at a time and still producing workers. Very important. So units tab. You can see I'm starting to pull away pretty good in my workers. 111 on the way. And what else is going on here? Another drop. Going to keep going with my drops just so that way I keep him at home. That's really my big focus here, is try to keep him at home. My production is actually going quite healthy. Who's scanning who right now? Did he scan me? No. I think I scanned him again. Yeah, I scanned the natural to see if I could drop here. It turns out I really can't drop here. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. More and more production happening. Keeping ahead. Dropping those supply depots. And we'll speed it up because it's a bit of a lull. I do have this army back here. But I'm pretty sure I don't drop it because I know what's happening. Going to throw down a bit of a hidden expansion on that side. And I've got this guy over here to drop down another one as well. Double drop heading this side. What I was hoping to do is catch him off guard. Drop one way and drop another. I know that his missile turrets are weak on one side, so I'm going to try to drop into his tanks. But unfortunately, he catches this happening. So, I'm in a bit of a weird spot. I'm actually in a terrible spot. I should have just ran home. These guys are all essentially just going to die back here. Yeah, that was a massacre. That's how you help opponents catch back up into the game. I lost about 20 supply worth of shit there. He is supply blocked once again. I'm trying to keep ahead on my supply. I've got 2-2 on the way. My stim pack is super delayed. But what can you do? Gonna produce another factory so I can get more tanks. This thing is up and going and it's an orbital. I notice he's not going for much anti-air, so I can always lift up my orbital and run away. And this guy's just started here. I'm actually very surprised that this guy has not gone for any type of other expansions, though he does have a command center finished. Lots of Marines, lots of tanks. I've got a pretty good army here, so I'm going to push out for position. I'm scanning his front to see what's happening. I see his army is at home here. That's a pretty big army. What I want to do is get into a good siege position over here, so that way I will be able to make it as painful as possible for him to leave. Keep producing more units. I need more medevacs, though. Very light on my medevacs. I should focus on that more. More supply depots. Trying to keep ahead on that. That guy's almost done. This guy's getting saturated up. Units-wise, still a little bit of a lead for me. Not as good as I probably would want it to be at this point. Building another orbital. I'm going to move over to this side to see if there is a base. If there is, I'll be able to kill it quite easily. Seeing no base there, what I'm just going to do is put myself in a good position, siege up, and bunker up for an attack. That's a pretty big army from him in one spot. Upgrades are 2-1. I am at, well, 2-2 for my bio, and +2 is on the way for my mech. The next army is on its way. Now I'm moving my medevacs over to this army, because I need medevacs for that army. This guy's all finished. He'll be in orbital as well. I didn't see him sneak out this command center, though. That's going to be important for him as this game goes on. Transferring over some workers, because my bases are pretty well saturated as it is. Scans my army to see what's going on. I scan his front, and maybe that scares him. Well, seeing that Reaper does scare him. So, we're looking at, this is his vision and what he's looking at as he's playing. He's afraid of me coming at him, so he's sieging up. Well, those tanks at home aren't really useful. Finally, a starport on his side. Let's go back to everybody's vision. Whoopsies. Everybody's vision. So, the next wave of the army is out. This medevac's just a little bit further forward for vision. And I'll siege up and get into a good position there. I know he's very entrenched up, so I'm going for something I almost never go for, which is actually getting up to 3-3. But I'm actually going to go for ghost tech and nukes. This base is doing good. This guy is not really paid for itself at all. These Marines are just down here to scout if he's running to the south. So I'm trying to give him a bit of an embargo on his base. This army might be able to crush mine, but he would lose a lot in doing so. I mean, his upgrades are pretty good, so that'll always count for something. This is actually, I'm going to pause for a second. I did lose a few Marines with those tank shots, but because I had them in hold position, they didn't run into the rest of the siege tank fire. Otherwise, they will run towards what's attacking them, and you could get into a lot of trouble. So that's fine. I scanned to see if he moved in position. He did not. So I'm alright. Starting to get some gas. I need to put people into those gas, because I'm going nukes. I need the gas. Oh, shoot. I didn't even notice that. That's crappy. 5 tanks. I'm like, why are my tank count so low? It's because they're all stuck back here like assholes. Oh man, just putting down supply depots might be enough, but this might be just too tight in general. Be careful about your Sim City. I send over 1 Marine here to scout. And I do consider, what am I doing right now? Moving up the rest of my army. Ah yes, there it is. I'm going to go and try to put pressure on that 3rd base of his. Production-wise, here comes the nukes.
Get me out of this mess.
He built some Vikings to try to shoot down my medevacs, which is fine, I suppose. It's not really that big of a deal. I mean, it gives him the positional advantage, but in the mid to lower leagues, it's not as big of a deal. He has got a supply lead right now because he's kept up better on his production. You can see my bank's getting a little out of control. More tanks that are never going to see the light of day being produced because I'm a genius. It's a lot of Vikings, so he does have air control, but it's not serving him much good. The first of my ghosts, I'm rallying everything to the front now. The first of my ghosts are now ready. I'm going to go put pressure on this base. It is time for Blammo at the highest level of Blammo. Let's do it. All the while, I'm sieging up his third base right now. That is a huge drop he's loading up right now. That is a doom drop. Oh, yeah. Never say die, indeed. It looks like he wants to go massive doom droppy. The problem is, with all my Marines here at 3-3, that isn't going to be super easy. Cloak. His third base has been killed. Slow it down as much as we can. He's gonna try to kill the ghost. Yes. 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 Now I'm just gonna push in. These guys were supposed to come with me, but they didn't. Medevacs, most of them don't even unload their cargo. My Marines are so much more upgraded than his Marines are, and that gets shut down. And he leaves the game, fairly unhappily, I would assume. I think that's the first time I tactically, effectively used nukes in a ladder match. Very proud of myself. Turned out really well. I hope you guys are proud of me too. Got some more games coming at you real soon. Tune in for more SeKo Starcraft.